Hello, I'm Jacob and this is the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. Today I want to talk to you about something a little bit different. It's another best of 2017 video where I pick products that I found in 2017 or that are from 2017 that are so different from anything else available on the market and so much better than anything else available on the market that I couldn't not do a video on them. So this is not specific categories where I'm going to choose every year something from every category that's the best. No, every year I'm going to choose the products that really stuck out in my mind so much that I've got to tell you that they were the best things that I found in 2017. Today we're going to talk about Bushcraft knives. That's two of them. I can't pick between the two. And the first one you're familiar with, so I'm not going to talk about a whole lot. I can actually link you to the review video of this knife, and that is the Casstrom Swedish forest knife. This is the number 10. And so you get a good sheath. It is better if you get the Casstrom dangler loop for it, but retention's good, carries real nice on the belt, and basically this is Bowler K720-02. So it's very similar to 01 tool steel, but a little bit tougher, a little bit better edge retention. This thing sharpens up so easy, guys. So why did I pick it? I'd never heard of Casstrom before. I'd never heard of the Swedish forest knife, or Spanish forest knife, more accurately. And so I got my hands on it and I started using it, and this handle is just so awesome for a production knife. Look at this. 3D contouring all around, no hot spots, no sharp edges, a unique handle profile. This knife is not revolutionary in what it does different than other bushcraft knives that are available. The handle shape is different. I like it very much, but that's not what revolutionizes it. It's that it hits the same price point as all of the epic production model bushcraft knives, and it's better. It's a lot better. Way more attention to detail, beautiful fit and finish. It sharpens as easily as the easiest knives that I own, which I'll talk about in another second. And the handle just blows away other production bushcraft knives that you're used to in this category. This knife is simply extremely exciting and surprising, especially because I didn't even see it coming and most other people didn't either. Casstrom is a company that you need to start paying attention to, because I've been using this thing for a year now. As of like right now, a whole year. Phenomenal. This knife is great. Alright, probably talked about too much because I've already reviewed it. But the next knife that is the knife of the year, and by the way, it is on one of my other products of the year. The bushcraft product of the year was the Casstrom dangler that I just mentioned. It happens to be on my belt like it usually is. I'm a little bit cold, so my hands have forgotten how to work. Just a second here. Anyways, dangler comes with a little belt thing, whatever. You can see product of the year. Actually, I can't put two links. It's just bushcraft product of the year 2017, best of 2017. Anyways, the second bushcraft knife that I couldn't choose between these two is the Esee Pr4. Now, while this might be one of two of the bushcraft knives of the year, when it comes to a utility knife, there's no comparison. This Scandi grind is great for bushcraft stuff, but if I'm going to be doing other stuff, I think that this is the superior knife. Check this thing out. That black wash finish is very surprising to me of Esee, because it is so consistent and so well done, and fit and finish is so good that this looks like a premium production or even a custom knife with the details on the handle. Extremely comfortable. You have your Esee Rowan heat treat and quality. You have this high saber grind with a beautifully thin edge, which is why I say it's more versatile than the Casstrom as an everyday knife or a utility knife or whatever else, cook knife, whatever. It's definitely a more versatile knife than the Casstrom, but we're talking about bushcraft knives. But what makes this different? What makes a Kephart style knife probably the most copied and well-known blade shape in the whole bushcraft community? One of the most surprising and best knives of 2017. Very simple. That is, we've got this thin knife, awesome square edge, beautiful finish like I already said, but check this out. Nobody I've seen has talked about this, but look how thin these handle scales are. Now, you'll get people complaining about that. When I first got this knife, I thought, this is weird. Why are these scales so thin? And I started using it. I had no hot spots whatsoever. I was worried about this tread pattern, really worried, because the knives I've had with this in the past, I won't name any names, have been absolute crap, garbage, junk. No hot spots with this thing. Sticks in my hand great, gloves or not. But what's surprising, all right, so these thin scales, which ended up being incredibly comfortable, make this 1/8-inch thick knife so lightweight. So when it comes to a bushcraft knife, if I'm comparing it to a more modern, typical size knife with full shape, full thickness scales, this thing is way lighter weight, guys, especially at this high saber grind too. It's not a Scandi grind. So you've just got way less weight. This is comparable. It's heavier than a Mora, but that's what it reminds me of on my belt. It doesn't feel like a substantial knife like a typical bushcraft knife does, and yet in hand it's incredibly comfortable. It certainly is a substantial knife. It's easy to pack, and I absolutely love using this. One of the biggest things that nobody talks about with bushcraft knives is feedback. What I mean by that is, like a car driving on the road, you get feedback from the road and the steering wheel and the pedals. When you're doing a feather stick, it's the same thing. Even if your eyes are shut, you should feel that edge moving through whatever it is that you're cutting. And you can almost feel if you need to change the angle of the knife to go deeper or thinner and just glide through that wood. And I have never gotten better feedback while doing feather sticks and stuff like that than I do with this Pr4. It's like a sixth sense. You feel this slight vibration as it just freaking lightsabers its way through wood. I freaking love this knife. Like, it's so easy to carry. Man, so no question, I have not reviewed this knife yet. This has got to be my favorite production knife of all time. Just, it's my favorite right now, definitely. I usually like bigger blades, which is really weird. I've really never said that about what I consider to be a medium to small sized blade. I love the Esee Pr4 2.5, and hint, hint, you will be hearing about that here very shortly. That is, I think, revolutionary on the production market for many reasons. Phenomenal knife, and it is what I carry typically every day. It's between that and a Low Roca Bushcrafter. But when I know that I'm going to come out to the woods and stuff like that, this is on my belt. Unless, this isn't my survival knife. I like big knives for that, but I love using this knife. And just, the finish is not as pretty as it used to be, because I used the crap out of it, but it still looks really good. Now check this out. If Esee were to make every one of their knife models have this black wash finish and these scales, I think people would lose their minds. It would take Esee knives from being tactical, practical knives to being these woods tools that invoke some feeling of bushy spirit or something. I don't know. It's great. This, I should mention, was designed by Patrick Rollins. He's a great guy. I've talked to him a bit. I plan on meeting him hopefully here soon. I want to go do some training down with these Esee dudes. But as far as I can tell, just great guy. Has a solid background, knows what he's doing as far as I can tell. And so what you can do here, Esee is starting their own YouTube channel, Instagram, and Patrick Rollins has an Instagram as well. So what I'm going to do in the description box below is, the Casstrom SFK. You can find that just about anywhere. I don't really feel like I need to put just links to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put links to Esee's YouTube channel, which is informative, where you'll see Patrick Rollins. And I'm going to put a link to their Instagram page. And I'm going to put a link to Patrick Rollins' Instagram page. And so if you do Instagram, make sure to check all of those out. And make sure to follow me on Instagram as well. I'm going to have to do a full review on this knife for me to explain to you all the reasons that I freaking absolutely love this knife. It is a sweetheart to use, and how the bushcraft community hasn't jumped on this, I don't know. And the thing is, when you think Esee, when I think Esee, I don't necessarily think of really nice fit and finish. There are other American companies where that is what people think of right off the bat. They're a little bit more expensive, and you get what you pay for, and you get something with a little nicer finish. And Esee, you're paying for a user, and you get the fairly square raw scales, and they work great, but they don't evoke this feeling of a blade with great fit and finish and stuff. And this, with the handle color and the way that this handle is finished, does. This knife is sweet. I think for the money, both of these knives are freaking the best thing on the market right now. Like, so many thumbs up. So, if you have a favorite bushcraft knife, or have found a favorite bushcraft knife this year, one that's come out in 2017, let me know what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, positive or negative. If you have a friend looking for a first bushcraft knife, or if they're looking to finally step past that Mora phase that none of us really leave, but we always come back. But go ahead and show them this link, and they're gonna want to check out both of these knives. So thumbs up or thumbs down, guys. Either way, I appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you have a blessed day. Thank you for watching.